the tires and give the teams a little bit of a handling as we got a spinner coming out of turn number 2. That's the 07 of Ray Black Jr. And that will bring the caution out. More than likely, this will end up being the competition caution.
Crank it up here and roll if you can.
There's some cars that are in need of this caution as well. You have the 6 of Darrell Wallace has damage, but the 88 of Kevin Harvick is struggling back in the 13th position.
Scuba Live
here with the flat spots. If they're flat spotted, to be easy.
Scuba
Right against the wall, running that high line. It gets loose early in the corner.
Spin around the corner, spin around the corner, go low, go high, go high, go high. They don't see it yet. No caution, no caution, no caution. Caution.
I would say very fortunate not to hit anything. Normally you spin when you're right against the wall, you collect it, but he'd tie.
Look at Dakota Armstrong. And coming off of turn 4. Ball and collects the 13. Casey Mears with him. Take a look.
You can see the left front smoking really badly as he enters the corner. He knew something was wrong. He was trying to get out of the way, get on pit road, but got in the corner, probably just wouldn't turn. The 13 on the outside of Casey Mears just did nothing wrong, just in the wrong place.
After winning this race last year, up into the wall he goes. Looks like he might have had a tire issue.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Steve just mentioned if you're better off pitting early than waiting. I know it's a gamble. See right here, the tire's down. Nothing he can do. Have the wheel turn.
So the 18 will get the free pass. Take a look at the 22 of Logano, hard into the wall.
Yeah, that was a hard impact. They're going to have to go behind the wall and fix that. I'm sure it was another tire problem. When you
Ford, we're right along again with the 22. This will sync up the driver and the right side looking out the car.
You listen to the tire. Boom, right there. Oh.
And that's how hard of a hit that was.
Oh, you can see Joe Logano, he leaned his
up the track goes the 78, and right by goes the 24 of Chase Elliott. And caution comes out once again. Into the wall hard. That's the 47 of A.J. Allmendinger.
For sure. Might not even be able to get it back.
You can see already he's in the wall, so but just at the angle of impact, all those sorts of things, something mechanically happened to hit the wall like that. So with the tire failures we've seen, you have to assume that's what it is. The other teams will certainly have to assume that. So again, they'll be afraid to put 2 tires on here, I think.
Oh, and he gets bumped from behind by the 78. Around goes the 3 on the restart. The 24 of Chase Elliott also around. Hard contact by Austin Dillon. Also caught up, the 44 of Brian Scott.
That's real nice.
That's what I was talking about. If the 3 couldn't accelerate, how patient could the cars be behind him? It seemed like the 3 didn't go fast enough for the 78. There was definitely contact between the 78 and the 3.
But you know, he was doing pretty good against the 48. The 48, it wasn't really pulling him. It's like the 48 and the 3 both had trouble in the restart, but little things matter. Think about Chase Elliott. The decision made to start on the inside versus the outside. All one spot put him in this position. The 78 just got in the back of him, trying to push him. Not trying to wreck him, trying to push him to help him, but as you said, heavy impact for Austin.
The 18 got into the back of the 24. That's why the 24 went around.
You see right there, the 78 gets underneath the back of the 3, trying to push him. You see the 11, it pushed the 48 hard enough to knock the 48 out of his line as well. Not much damage is on the 18.
And again, the 3 of Austin Dillon, a chase driver. The 24 of Chase Elliott, a chase driver, involved in an incident in this first race of the round of 12.
And that 24 had led 103 laps today. And you talked about it, Jeff. You went through all of it as you see a big impact into the safer barrier by the 3 of Austin Dillon.
And that's new safer barrier that was added for this race.
But you had mentioned it. The decision by the 24 for that split second leaving pit road to breathe the gas just a little bit allowed the 78 to go by, and the 11 moved him inside row.
Let's ride along with Martin Truex Jr. in the 78.
If I point through, if you want. Come on, keep digging, keep digging, keep digging. Caution's out.
You have to wonder if here it is from the 24. See the contact there, he lifts, collected from behind.
We're spinning in the wall.
Took his hand off the steering wheel, smart move. See those impacts, you know, that's on a restart. They're not even up to speed yet. So think about, you know, how big that impact is, how hard these race cars hit. You hear drivers, you hear people talk about, you know, these cars are safe today. Let me tell you something, you hit that, see what it feels like.
3,400-pound race car slamming into the wall.
Look at the 3 car, this impact
big
is
hit.
Huge. You have to wonder, watching that restart, if when Martin Truex got there, that was the time that the 3 was shifting. You know, he was going from one gear to the next, and that slowed him up just that little bit. Because if you watch the 78, that's what he was doing. He had just shifted prior to getting to the 3. I wonder if that little bit of lag, not that Austin did anything wrong, but that little bit of lag of going from one gear to the next, the timing of that is what causes on those spokes. It can break your hand, break your thumbs.
Outside coverage, watch the 3, and middle.
Mentioned damage on the 18. I didn't realize he hit the 24 that hard, but they're definitely going to want to look at that left front. He gets a shot, right?
There.
And he has a big wiggle. Jimmy Johnson was just able to save his. 4 fresh tires versus 3 on Austin Dillon. You don't know if that was the speed difference that...
Try to give him a shove. I just turned him completely around like a damn idiot.